This video was sent by Tobias. He tells me that a friend of his found it in another compilation video. The story goes that a man was on his way home one evening. He was driving through a stretch of field, which apparently was supposed to be a shortcut for him. After a few minutes, his car seemed to malfunction. The reason was unknown. His dash cam then captured something really odd right in front of his car. The man was sure to have captured a ghost here. Maybe it drained the car battery, and maybe it caused the car to halt. Could this be the case? The man is certain that this is exactly what happened. How strange. The following was shared by user BigBoyBioStar. He wrote, "My girlfriend sent me this. She says there's a figure in the doorway. The photos were taken by her stepsister's boyfriend, who was taking a picture of the TV. Nobody should have been home at the time. They apparently only noticed it days later and had to brighten the picture up quite a bit to see that there seemed somebody standing in the dark hallway, or something. Could this be a ghost? Or was it just another family member? Samuel has shared the following video on his channel. It's from a trip to Disneyland, and he wrote the following. A real ghost caught on video at the Tower of Terror. It's from our visit to Disney California adventure, and what we think is a real ghost. It would appear that a semi-transparent shape is standing up there and then disappearing. Did Samuel and his family capture a real spirit that night? If not, what else could have caused this effect in your opinion? It's pretty intriguing though, isn't it? Next has been uploaded by Taryn Deffen, and she shared the following due to her rising concerns. Taryn states, "This thing has been making contact of some sort with two of my kids. It started out talking to the 2-year-old, and it keeps her up every night. She's usually laughing and talking with it, but one night we heard her telling it no and to go away, but it never went away. My son thought he heard me in the room talking to her, but I wasn't there. We were told to burn nettle salt and Palo Santo, so we did. But it kept going out and wouldn't stay lit. Every time we tried to light it, a song would come on by itself on the radio. It would play for 5 seconds and then turn off, and it kept doing that. It would stop until we tried to burn that stuff again. The song is silly, but it is All American Rejects, Move Along and Leave Me Alone. Those songs are not even on our playlist. Every night I see a ton of orbs. I counted over 25 in a 6 minutes time frame, and it looks like the 2-year-old can see the orbs as well, and she watches them fly by around the room. Do any of you have any advice for us?" Let's take a look at Taryn's capture. A humanoid shape can be seen, standing next to the two crypts. The head is looking upwards, and that thing seems to be in mid-walk, crouched forward a bit. A Class A capture of this apparition for sure. Should this be a real image? What can you see here? If this isn't a hoax, of course, a person in some form of onesie. Could it be a paranormal anomaly that likes to talk to the little children? I wonder if this thing is attached to anybody living in this house, or what caused this activity to unfold in the first place. The following is a recording that was uploaded by Griselle Luna on her YouTube channel. She's a self-proclaimed paranormal researcher who is invested in the field of the unexplainable for over 5 years at this point. She's traveling around to explore the craziest corners for any inexplicable activity. In this video though, she was talking about her own apartment, which is said to be haunted. An elderly lady supposedly died in there many years ago. She fell sick to an illness that slowly got the better of her. The lady was found several days after passing away. What a creepy thought, isn't it? Luna is telling us about a recording that she was doing one night after she heard some really strange noises in her apartment. She had just returned home from work at the time, and she started recording shortly after.
Si es el aire, si está abierta la ventana. A ver, vamos a ver. Digo, también aquí, miren, la ventana está cerrada, si la pueden ver. Voy a prender la luz. De hecho, también aquí se escuchan mucho los ruidos de los departamentos contiguos, sobre todo el de arriba. La ventana está cerrada y esto que está pasando no es normal. De verdad me siento muy nerviosa. ¡Efi! Ay, otra vez.
As Griselle is walking through her apartment and still wonders about the origins of these noises, she also states that she felt cold spots all of a sudden, almost like a little breeze that is making it through her place. Unsettling, you might say. Only moments after, she captures something on her camera that could have been the reason for these unusual happenings. Take a good look now.
Efi, vámonos. Pero quería compartirlo con ustedes. Después quiero hacer un video para traer uno de los especialistas, alguien que me acompañe para ver qué es lo que hay aquí. Estamos siempre expuestos a cargar con este tipo de energías. Estoy escuchando ruidos ahí atrás.
Did you notice anything?
Efi. Después
It would appear that an apparition is walking out of the room in the back, towards the left side of the apartment. I couldn't come up with any explanation as of what this could be. What do you think? I actually don't believe that this was another person that was hiding in there. Was it a paranormal event? The spirit of the deceased lady, perhaps? Another interesting event happened as Griselle was recording the intro for this video. There appeared to be a white mist on the right side of the screen. I thought at first it might have been caused by a candle or a humidifier. But Griselle clarified later that no such thing was the case. So, what was it then? This video was recorded by Fernando Victoroli, who is working at the local train station. The station itself is apparently haunted, at least that is what several eyewitnesses stated. But oftentimes these stories are not really true, and just serve as a creepy local legend. Fernando is working the night shift with his colleagues, and they navigate trains into their parking positions and take care of mechanical issues and other fixes that might come up. They wear GoPros strapped around their heads on their nightly sessions for security reasons. One night, Fernando was on the way back to the station and was walking past an abandoned train car with a couple of guys. They stated that nobody else would have been on the tracks, especially that late, but his camera could record something curious. What could his GoPro capture here? It looks as if a person with long hair is looking out of one of the passenger trains. Of course it was empty and locked from the outside for inspection purposes. So what are we looking at here? Is it a spirit that might be visiting this train station? If it's not a prank, I can't say what else it could be. It's interesting that Fernando didn't react at that time. Probably didn't see it. What do you guys think? The following video was shared by a concerned mother on her channel, The Mommy Wowpedia. They have CCTV cameras installed outside of the residence, and on one particular night, something terrifying seems to have been captured. She tells us, "I had a scary experience a couple of days ago. I saw something weird on our CCTV cameras. I watched it closer and I think I saw a ghost. I was so scared, but I couldn't find it after some seconds. We checked the backup, but couldn't find any ghost or paranormal thing as such. So today I noticed it again, when I was playing with my daughter. I immediately captured it with my phone. Guess what? I checked the backup video and found nothing. Again. Please take a look and tell me what you think."
The pipe, the motor. Oh,
You read the book, baby.
Okay. I'll read the book. Oh no, I spoiled it. I spoiled these flowers. Mommy, I spoiled these flowers. I did it wrong.
It looks like a lady who's leaning over the railing and resting her head on her hand. You can even make out the face a little, as well as her legs. It's a really mysterious encounter, since nobody seemed to have seen her in person, nor was she on the actual CCTV backup. Was it a ghost, reliving some of its memories? I couldn't say. What could have transpired here in your opinion? A pretty eerie video. Now we are back at the Lamb House with Kent, who recently has uploaded a new video about how he deals with the daily activity in his house. It's over an hour long, and I highly recommend checking it out on his channel, Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. We start off with a really strange encounter that apparently takes place ever so often in Kent's kitchen. An entity seems to be leaving strange footprints.
There's been times that nobody's been in the house and I will mop the floor in the kitchen here. And when I mop the floor in the kitchen, I couldn't tell you how many different times that I turn around and look at the floor from the dining room area, and I pay attention to it because I've seen this happen before. And I took a picture of this, so I'll show you guys. Footprints sometimes show up on the floor. They're not my footprints. I always wear house shoes in the house, but it looks like feet that belong to maybe a female. Did you say something?
Strange voices out of nowhere. A daily encounter for Kent. But lately, these entities also seem to show themselves a bit more again.
Check from this corner here. Hello? This looked to be a small apparition peering through the stair rail.
Does this thing even have a face? How creepy. Then, Ken tells us about a terrifying encounter that took place right next to his bed one night. He clearly heard somebody talking, and then grabbed his camera to capture it. Get ready for a terrifying moment.
One night, while sleeping, there was a loud bang in the bedroom that woke me up. I started hearing faint voices, so I picked up my cell phone camera and started recording. But then what happened which is not the first time this has happened, and it won't be the last time, and they can scare the living out of you. Son of a... What the are you? Honey?
A shadow being is appearing in front of the TV and then just disappears towards the ground. Look at it, it looks like it's made out of a black cloth that just gets pulled and falls into itself, as if it is being crunched or something. Tell me what you want, but I am certain that these things are real. How terrifying.
I did not go back to sleep that night. Usually when you come across shadow type apparitions, the shadows move as if somebody's walking in front of a light, kind of like a 3D, but you can see the shadows move. Sometimes they move really fast. It's very rare they're slow.
The next video was a Zoom recording, which was captured live at the time. It is suspected that it stems from Mexico, and the incident took place during an online class. Nowadays, many of us know the feeling of working or studying from home. Zoom is a software that lets groups of people join a session together, and it is being used by many schools and workplaces. A class was held at the time of this recording, and a young girl stated that she believes that her family home is haunted. There have been reports of strange sightings and poltergeist activity at night. And today, her classmates might have become witness to some of that activity. Let's take a look.
Es que, no sé, como que en la parte de atrás se ve algo como raro, no sé. Estamos hablando del proyecto. Sí, o sea, es que, perdón. Estás en el proyecto, chicos. 40% de calificación. ¿Y están viendo lo que pasa en las cámaras de tus compañeros? Maestro, es que se está moviendo. O sea, es que yo igual vi que como que se le mueve la pierna. O sea, son como movimientos súper leves, pero sí se ve, o sea, se ve raro. Por eso les dije.
You might have missed how the doll is moving in the background, which initially causes the young girl to turn around. I can't say for sure, but it would appear that some strange activity is going on right behind her, before something pushes her forcefully towards the computer. A really scary recording, wouldn't you agree?